Ment 222. As the sun rises, the electric streetlights are still glowing. Their bulbs, or whatever they are called nowadays, don't make the area any brighter. The streetlights can't hold a candle to the sun. If you tested the cliche, X couldn't hold a candle to Y, I'd think you were clever. Candles are beautiful and waxen and scented, and people used to hold them as they trotted down stone staircases in the dark, but the candle bearer is insufficient here. Get out there and do it. Hold that candle up and change the world. Anyhow, in Ment 222 lives a cool man named Ryan Boisvert, who smiles at the crown of thorns around the rim of the candle on his card table some days when his girlfriend leaves for work before him, and he has 17 minutes to be thankful for their apartment before he too must leave for work. On a Friday, Ryan does not work. He is part of my American generation, which made it a prerogative to work separate jobs at different times instead of labor for a steady amount of hours at one job. We experimented with the idea of part-time work creating freedom. Some liked it. Ryan loves his Fridays off. Today he woke up and there was something going on with his vision, or his brain was still dreaming. And one of those reasons is why he saw a golden dinosaur by his bedroom door as he opened his eyes early. The sun was rising above the street lamps. A peaceful man, Ryan did not fret when he saw the dinosaur, and would have invited it for tea at his table. His youthful rite-of-passage psychosis flowered into him accepting that his mind sometimes goes haywire or dips into the unconscious while awake. And so the dinosaur made him smile. He turned over and saw his girlfriend's bra strap. He whispered, "I love you." She replied something in her native tongue that Ryan did not understand. He loves when she does that. She is his amour. He decided he was going to go and procure breakfast for the two of them, and he wondered if he could beat the sun in rising. Impressed by himself, he woke up and put on a fleece and cotton shorts, put on his boat shoes by the door. He hoped that he would see Jesus that morning, as he was unsure of the previous lesson and wanted to confirm that he got it. He had already been confirmed in a church sense. Now it was time to be a good boyfriend. By the fountain, he saw Jesus, but as he neared him, Jesus' head and arms became daffodils and tulips of many colors. Though Ryan was brave, he was not quite ready to talk to plants. No, not yet. And he saw an unshaven ruddy man walking on Front Street who was talking to himself, and when Ryan listened to his heart, the man stopped talking to himself. They were neighbors. Inside the shop, Ryan asked the clerk, "Where can I find blueberries and granola?" "Those are in aisle 22, the clerk replied, then proceeded to lead Ryan to a perfect aisle where there was blueberries and granola on one side and refrigerated yogurt on the other side. "I did not realize you without your medical mask on," said Ryan. "You don't have much of a chin, and you're much older than I pictured. I would not be able to pick you out of a lineup." "Oh, thank you," said the clerk. "I've been getting older for years. No, I don't have much of a chin. A doctor had to chisel some with a bone saw because I smoked cigarettes for years." "Wow, you're strong." "Thank you, Ryan." That conversation never happened. Ryan paid in cash. He carried his grocery bag outside. The sun still hadn't risen as an orb yet, just the light rising at the end of the road. Then there came a lawyer, who was panting like a Maltese when he got near to Ryan. He was not a lawgiver. He was breathing hard and asked, Ryan, I'm so glad I found you. Everyone is in agreement. We need you to be president of the world now." Ryan accepted. "Okay," he said. "Okay," said the lawyer, not a lawgiver. "I'm going to run east. By the time I have run across the entire planet's perimeter, we'll meet here. And I'll ask you again. I hope you'll accept We would love to elect you." "I'm charmed," said Ryan, considering his presidential bid. He watched as the lawyer went on running toward the new developments. Then Ryan walked through the park. He saw two young ladies, became a plastic mirror, and held his upper half up for them to check their reflections. And, since Ryan was a nice lad, the young ladies loved how they were and became confident in their future. "Oh, please work with us," Ryan heard through his selective hearing, unsure of what the young ladies had really said, it being uncivilized to hound and ask. He disregarded what might have been, as he could only carry his two bags forward. He went up the front steps, through the lobby, up the elevator, and back into Ment 222. At his kitchen counter, he took out a saucer, poured 2 gallons of yogurt within, spilled the granola, then tossed in blueberries, and he mixed it all together with his hands. He gave his girlfriend a bowl of yogurt in bed, as she was just waking up, stretching her arms. His polola. "Gracias. De nada," he replied. "I think I'm ready to be a father," said Ryan. "Good," said his girlfriend, "because I'm pregnant." Ryan was overjoyed. They had a baby named Rayanne, and their family lived happily together on Earth for 14 years, when one day there was a windstorm that was stronger than any tornado the city had ever seen. Starting with the 11th floor, the windstorm blew the apartment rooms away. The people were jettisoned through the air until they stuck onto the world's biggest wad of recycled bubblegum that had been set up in the park by the police chief. The 10th floor blew away. The 9th floor blew away. The 8th floor blew away. The 7th floor blew away. The 6th floor blew away. The 5th floor blew away. The 4th floor blew away. The 3rd floor remained levitating in the air. Depending on if one assessed the building by UK or US standards, this floor is either the 3rd or the 2nd, not counting the lobby. But it was Ryan's floor. The ments beneath him blew away. Ryan and his family had been bunkering in 222. As their rooms eroded, Rayanne felt the rain flowing against her ears, and she closed her eyes and remained calm. She folded her arms as she remained stuck there on the couch, brave at the age of 14. People looked up at her through a hole in her floor and thought she was astounding, like a peach orchid. Alas, all the people on the 2nd floor were carried down, brought through the lobby, and put on the ground. And they did not have much time to weep and panic, for under the clouds there came a fascinating fleet of 15 school buses. Following the teachers, who were the first people off the bus, the school children walked off the step onto the street. They are so impressionable, the schoolboys and schoolgirls. The tragedy turned them right back on their school bus, but they did not go home and panic, for the teachers, with quick thinking, brought them all on a bowling alley trip. The Boisvert family put on their happy faces and waved until the school children were excitedly riding in the school bus toward the bowling alley. Their classes were on a field trip from the future.